the Amazon. Can you think of anything more beautiful in this whole world? Anything more natural, more indicative of how life is supposed to be? Anyways, moving on to what life is. And we're talking about Amazon Prime Video, unfortunately, run by Jeff Bezos. I'm sure you've heard the news, and if not, let me catch you up. Amazon Prime Video removed a gun out of James Bond's hand, not in one scene, not in the whole movie, but on every single poster that they have to relaunch James Bond. Then, in the middle of the night, while no one was looking, they snuck it back in. Now, I don't know who decided to do this, but is this woke ESG Californian bull dust? Well, yeah, it is. Big surprise. But I want to go deeper than that. I want to go deeper than just calling it woke and calling it a day. I want to know why.
Why?
Why would Amazon pay nearly $1 billion and then some for James Bond, a spy who kills people, a franchise that has nearly each installment starts with audiences literally staring down the barrel of a gun while James Bond shoots them? Make it make sense, come on now. A franchise whose author and creator coined the term license to kill and then castrate Bond's gun from his hand? What's next? Removing Tomb Raider's boobs from her? Oh, Netflix did that. What about removing John Connor from the Terminator franchise? And they did that too. Well, at least Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and Indiana Jones aren't losers and or deadbeat dads, right? Ugh. Well, Ripley still kicks ass, and I've heard the Alien franchise is really getting better. Fuck it. The truth is simpler. Remember when you were on the playground in school, happy and frolicking, and a bully suddenly came up to you? Either stealing your lunch, hitting you, or just trying to break you down. Well, this is a less dramatic but more sinister and frankly annoying type of bullying. I call it corporate bullying. And ever notice how since Hollywood has become monopolized by tech giants and greedy rats, heroism has died? How icons have been struck down and fun times decimated? Don't believe me? Okay, think back to 10 years ago if you can. Think about how much times you went to the movies per month. Now think about 2025. You can actually count how many months you haven't gone to the movies. Am I right? You see the difference? Well, this is by design. Part of the you will own nothing and be happy crowd. You know, the Klaus Schwabs, the Dr. Evils, the Blofelds of the world. I mean, freaking hell. James Bond was basically bought by Spectre itself. But more on that later. But you know who likes to own things, to build things, to have gadgets, guns and gals all around them? Men. Men aspire to be James Bond, Indiana Jones, Superman. And to my knowledge, we don't all raid tombs and we can't all fly, but we can all hold a gun and protect the women we love. That's for damn sure. But you see, feminized corporations focus so hard on not offending anyone, they end up offending everyone. Call it the paradox of the woke. It's kind of like the Barbara Streisand effect on steroids, actually on virtue signaling. You see, who would have thought that just removing James Bond's signature pistol he's had for over 60 years now would be such a big deal? Anyone with a brain. But to HR executives in California, it seemed like a bang-on idea. And Amazon isn't just a corporation. No, they're a conglomerate. They have their hands in every single business industry you can think of, from e-commerce to video games to streaming services and movie studios. They're kinda everywhere. They're in your home with Alexa and they're on your doorbell with Ring. Get real now. They're not just wokies. They're woke enforcers. And guns are just way too phallic for conglomerates. So out they go. Remember, this is the same studio that desecrated Tolkien. Bond is just another IP to them. And here's the rub. Anything heroic, anything traditional, anything pure, anything that embraces humanity and harmony between masculinity and femininity is anathema to them. The goal is to destroy what makes humans human, to destroy what makes us happy and create gender-neutral vegans and bug eaters. Why do you think these people can't write a freaking story to save their lives? Why do you think the Barbie movie, the epitome of femininity, was some feminist propaganda slop with an ad slapped in between it? Come on. But anyway, maybe I'm being too conspiratorial. Let's just say the goal is to create safe spaces that mean and do nothing for the human experience and to force us to suffer from HR-sanctioned blandness. You know, the type that can make companies have record profits without any lawsuits or any risk of offense. Think about why masculinity must always be subverted, because to those in charge, it's bad. Unwanted toxin is how James Cameron referred to his testosterone. Well, James, maybe you were just an asshole in life and your testosterone, a hormone in your body, didn't control your behavior. Maybe you did. And so we get to the duality of the gun. Corporate wokeness can only see the fact that the gun may be offensive and controversial to some on Twitter, but in reality, normal people don't care. The controversy started because they removed the gun in the first place. But Bond isn't Bond without his gun. He's dead without it. I don't know if you've watched any of Connery's films, but he was not exactly John Wick when it came to hand-to-hand combat. Believe me. But with Bond's license to kill, he also has a license to not kill, to make judgment calls on whose life he saves and protects. And here's one of the symptoms, shall we say, of wokeism. These smooth-brained lefties only see the negatives of the gun, not the positives. Not the countless men, women and children Bond has saved, not the beautiful women who've clung to him for protection. No, none of that exists. Nothing good exists with masculinity. Nor its offshoots like, guns, technology, civilization, and medicine. No, men never do anything good is the message, and it's a firmly held message in this feminism of corporatism. Well, however Amazon chooses to violate Bond and finish the job Silver started, let's all just be glad that we have the good times with him. Let's be glad that our memories will never be shaken nor stirred by whatever may come. And seeing that Denis Villeneuve, or however you say his name, is going to be directing the next 007 installment, hopes are low. Be prepared to see Pedro Pascal and Zendaya in it for some reason. Maybe she'll be Bond. Thanks for listening so long. And I'll leave you with a quote from Diogenes. It's not that I'm mad, it's only that my head is different from yours. Be well and stay safe.